Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone? Let me set up this. Trading 1000. In this video, let the trade GBPUSD live with breakdown. Okay, and we can now start going live. Good morning, good morning. How is everyone? I hope everyone is doing okay, and I hope everyone has had a great week. That week has been very, very, very good. Very good, by the way. I cannot complain. Yesterday was a serious winner. Oh my God. Yesterday, we said that once price crosses or breaks this level, we have to get in and ride that move down. Up to what point? You have to ride that move down up to, let's put 1 hour. So we had to ride that move. We wanted to ride that move up to this first liquidity. So this first instance here is just the first move. We are anticipating more moves from now this point to this point here. This point to this point. Alright? So if you have not been following this live these live sessions of ours, then you only have yourself to blame. This week we have made very good money. We have made it has been a great January. I never even expected it, by the way. I was not expecting it that this year January will be so kind to us. I was not expecting it. So I hope that you'll endeavor to follow us and our live sessions as much as you can. As much as you can, by the way. If you're not following us, then you're doing yourself a very big disservice. You're doing yourself a very big disservice. Alright? So let us begin by how we got to this trade. Okay? Now we began in the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame. So in the weekly time frame, as you can see denoted, when you begin analysis, or when you start your analysis at the start of the week, the first time frame you have to go to is in the weekly time frame or the daily time frame. What are you looking for in the weekly time frame? In the weekly time frame, we are only looking for two things. Number one, you are looking for order blocks or resistance zones or supply zones which are significant, because there are some order blocks which are weak. We call them weak order blocks, and we have other strong order blocks. So for example, this is a very strong order block here. So price has been reacting off this level for the past how many weeks? 1, 2, 3. Now this is the third week. So definitely we know that is an idea for us to take trades from. So this week we drop now. So the price is reacting off the weekly OB or the weekly order block. Okay, the weekly OB or the weekly order block. It's usually a very simple process, of identifying whether you'll get a good trade or not. Now number two, we drop down into the daily time frame. The daily time frame, we only look at one thing: which highs and lows were broken. Which highs and lows, for example, today being on a Friday, we are anticipating, oh my goodness, we are anticipating that this order block here in the daily time frame is going to be broken, so that what? Price can come and take out this liquidity, all right? But this week has been very good. If you have been following my live sessions, this week has been extremely good to you. Extremely good, by the way, and you cannot complain. You cannot complain, by the way. You will never complain. So good morning once again. I had to share those good news of yesterday, and today we are expecting more sales. So once price breaks this level, now we are headed to these levels now, easily to these levels. So that is the daily time frame. In the daily time frame, we also look at significant order blocks. We also look at significant areas where these order blocks were broken. We also look for liquidity. Where is price likely to go? That is liquidity. And price is attracted to these order blocks. It's also attracted to fair value gaps. So whenever there are these significant order blocks, price wants to come and retest those areas. Now after the weekly and the daily time frame, we drop further to the 1 hour now. In the 1 hour, we are looking for one thing. Has the market formed a high of the week or a low of the week? When the market has formed the high of the week, we are anticipating for a sell. When the market forms a low of the week, we are anticipating a buy for that week. All right. So this is a give and take kind of relationship with the market. So you as a trader, you get into the markets and you analyze the markets and be patient for the markets to give you what the markets want to give you. So it has to be a job you have to do every day to be in the markets. Analyzing the markets daily. Analyzing the markets whether you like it or you don't like it. You are in the markets analyzing. Okay? Whether you like it or you don't like it, you're in the markets analyzing. Alright? So this is where we are now. This is where we are at now. Currently. That price has broken this level, which was last week's low. It has broken that level. And once it broke that level, and it has already shown us the high of the week, the next step now was to do what? Was to sell. However, this sell move was not very clear. And if a sell move is not very clear, you have no reason to get in. You have no reason to get in. Am I clear? Am I audible? If I am clear and I am audible, send some likes and some love. Send some likes and some love if you are listening to me. All right. We are together. So, yesterday was a very good day. But remember, all days will not be like Thursday. Not every day will be like Thursday. You have to put that in mind. Not every day will be as sweet, as good as Thursday. Thursday is a unicorn. A unicorn is something very nice. I thank you for those likes. So a unicorn is something which is very hard to get. So most of the trading days will be like this. Monday there is nothing, or Monday you have small profits. Tuesday you have small profits. Wednesday no trading. Then one day during the week you get that good trade. And let me tell you one thing, a very easy thing, a very simple thing. You only need 50 pips. 50 pips every week to create a massive fortune, regardless of your capital. You only need 50 pips. For example, these ones were 55, 56 pips. But in retrospect, you only need these 50 pips per week and you'll be very okay. Okay, at least on Wednesday, we made some 10 pips. Some 10 pips here, around 18 pips from this point to this other point. On Tuesday, I don't think we took a trade because the anticipation was that price was going to close below this level. But why did we not get into this Tuesday's trade? Because of one reason: the hours. So the hours we should take trades should either be in the London session or in the New York session. And any session is divided into 3 parts. So any trading session is divided into 3 parts. is divided into my screen is not clear. So if my screen is not clear, you can join me on YouTube. I'm also live streaming on YouTube. I am not sure. I'm not sure why I'm not clear. So if I'm not clear, you can still get me on YouTube. So on YouTube, I'm still live streaming there. It's just a way for me to gain some traction on YouTube. So Facebook does not have very good resolutions, but we try. So with that, I don't know whether I'm a bit clear now. But still, if you go to Trading Cyborg on YouTube, you'll find me there. You'll still find me there. I'm everywhere. So we are talking about any trading session. So any trading session has what we call first we have opening of the market. Then we have what we call the kill zone hours. Then we have we have now closing hours. So all your trades should be taken in the kill zone hours, because this is when the volatility is top notch. For example, right now this is 9:15. Right now we're in the opening of the market. It is possible to get some moves during the opening of the market. I cannot dispute that. But when you wait just a bit for the next 1 hour, maybe from 10 a.m. Okay, you wait for 10 a.m. in the next 45 minutes. We have what now we call the kill zone hours, and then we also have the closing hours. So on Tuesday, yes, we had a good bias of a sell, but now the move came during the closing hours, and when during the closing hours your focus is very low. So any trading session you want to take trades in the kill zone hours. So okay, so for today GBPUSD, we want to continue with the yesterday's trend. Which is a sell. Now, I don't like pushing it very much. Alright, so this is the best sell area now. So this is the best sell area based on the Fibonacci. So this will be the best sell area. We wait for price to get this level, then we continue selling. But if price does not do that, if price does not want to do that, then wait for price to do what? To close this level. So wait for price to close this level like that. Let us drop the 15 minutes time frame first. It's going to be more clear. So if price can break this level the way it did yesterday, it broke this level, this order block here, we pushed down, we retested just a bit, then we got a very clean move. A very clean move. This must be the best move of the year. This is the best move. This is the best trade of the year I've caught. So if price can decide to come to this best area, and we have picked this best area based on the Fibonacci. But remember, Fibonacci is just a tool. It's a tool like Bollinger Bands. It's a tool like MACD. It's a tool like... So you cannot depend entirely on a tool. Tools are just indicators or patterns. You cannot depend on patterns alone. For example, we have very good patterns in ICT, like smart money tool. We also have the FIB. We also have many tools in ICT, but you cannot use a FIB or a smart money tool as your whole system. You must understand the market structure so that you can benefit or you can profit from however the market condition is. Because if you decide to use a FIB only, how many trades, how long do you think until the market comes to your level? How many trades will you have missed waiting for price to come to your FIB? If in fact I used a FIB, I would not have gotten into this trade only. And yet this is a very clean, easy textbook trade. So for today, it is as easy as it can be. We are continuing with yesterday's trend, which is already confirmed. But now I want you to take caution about what I talked about in last week, in the first week, about the long range base. So what happens is that when we have a very clean move, for example, the way we had a clean move yesterday on Thursday. Now the next day, price might be quite slow. Yes, price might be quite slow, and when price is quite slow, we don't want to force the market to give us any profit. So we have to wait for the confirmations. After all, it is only 10 pips. Then we can get in with confidence and take 20 pips or even 30 pips. The way we waited yesterday for this trade, this was a very good trade, by the way. So either price decides to first come to this level, this best sell area level, or price decides to break this level immediately. and then give us an entry, a small entry, a small confidence booster. Because once it breaks this level, now we are waiting. We are our next stop after we have waited for that level, as we have said, is where? Is to this liquidity. So price is only loyal to liquidity. Where is price likely to go? Where liquidity exists. This is where liquidity now exists now. So if price is going to do us a favor, price now can decide to close below this level, and then we can get in. Sometimes it is hard to wait, because waiting tests our patience, but once you understand the benefits of getting that confirmation, you always want to wait. Why? Because once you confirm a trade is going, once you already have a confirmed signal, now you can risk comfortably without much worries. Alright, I don't know whether I'm audible. And you know, it is better to always be safe than to be sorry. Alright? So I was talking about the long range days. So when you have a clean move like this, the total of yesterday's pips was around, let us see, 72 pips. When we have clean 72 pips like this, we may anticipate that the next day there is going to be what is called a seek and destroy environment. A seek and destroy environment is when the market is ranging, and when market is ranging, that is when people try to force trades. A good market is like this one now. It gives you confirmation and then you get in. So today I may be expecting, there are three scenarios I'm expecting today. There are three scenarios I'm expecting today. Either the market is going to range, or the market is going to get to this best sell level so that you can continue selling, or the market is just going to do what? Close below this level, give us a small entry, then we can sell comfortably, easily, with no worries. How many pips are these? Another 57 pips. I don't know whether the market can give us all those pips in a day. We just have to wait and see. Because already we are 120 pips for the whole week. So if the market decides to go any further, that is around 180 pips. I don't know whether that is possible, but we wait regardless. Okay, so if you have any question, you can ask me. We are not yet in any trades. We always wait for confirmations, and the good thing about confirmations is that the confirmations always come if you are patient enough. So when there is volatility, these are the kinds of moves we should be getting. Clear, concise moves. Clear, easy, concise moves. So clear, easy, concise moves. For those who are following me on YouTube, you are doing me a very good, you are doing something very nice, because I'm also trying to grow my audience there. And yes, so we are 30 minutes until we get into the kill zone hours. Remember, you just don't go into the markets expecting the markets to give you profits. And I cannot come and claim that today we'll make profits. No, 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 no. I cannot even call myself an emperor of the blues. No, 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 no. I saw someone calling himself the emperor of the blues. So that is a person who, in their mind, the market should cater to their needs every day. But for me, I'm just here humbling, asking the market to do what it wants to do. And when the market does what it wants to do, then I also react responsibly. Okay? So we don't force the market to give us anything. We wait and then we react. We wait and then we react. So if it is going to get to this level, it has to break this this order block here. Now when it breaks this 15 minutes order block here, what will I do? I'll just wait for another simple retest and then come to this best area. Also, why am I not getting in at this level? Because you might wonder why don't I take a sell at this exact level? Okay, because this is a good level. If you look at it critically, this is a very good level. Okay, the problem is only one. We only have one problem here now. The problem is this down move began at around 7:15. Even before the market opened, we already had a move to the downside. So this to me seems very suspicious. Very suspicious, because I expect such a move to start occurring around the market open, or even during the kill zone hours, but not immediate, not before, not 2 hours before. If it gives me these 2 hours before, then I will doubt it, and when I doubt it, I would rather oh yes, is it possible to be analyzing US30 for those who trade futures? Yes, I can do that, sir. I can do that. Alright, so let me finish this statement. If this move is quite suspicious, because if it has come before the market hours, then we wait. So either it breaks this level or it breaks this level, and you know, as I've said, those are not very many pips to wait. you only have only 10 pips, then I can get confidence to get in. Or how many pips? Only 10. So 10 on each side for me to understand this market. Now Chris has requested that we check or we analyze USD. So one thing about USD everyone needs to understand is one thing, that you don't trade USD during the London session ever. You don't take trades on USD during the London session. Why? Because USD, so USD, they are three. So we have USD, we have US 100, and we have that one is called what? It's called NAS 100. The USD is also called, no, the US 100 is also called the US Tech 100. So it is a conglomeration of the 100 best tech companies in the US. And the US 30 is a conglomeration of the best 30 top companies. And these are stock derivatives. And when does the stock market open in the US? So let us Google so that you cannot say the trading cyborg is making things up. So when does the US stock market open? So the US stock market opens at 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. East. So what does that mean? The US forex market opens at 3:00 p.m. That is Kenyan time. And this is equivalent to 8:00 a.m. Now, the US stock market opens at 4:30 p.m. So 1.5 hours later. That is why it has said it is 9:30 a.m. Sorry for that. So (9:30 a.m.). So whenever you're engaging the US indices, you have to be in the markets from 4:30 p.m. Kenyan time to 9:30 to around 6 p.m. All right. So that is behind us now. So we come to the technical analysis of USD. So looking at the daily time frame, USD has, this is the highest USD has ever been. What? So USD has never gotten, the last time I traded USD it was around 41,000. So we follow the same process. First, we identify order blocks, strong order blocks. That is GBPUSD, the US30 OBs. And then we also identify this one here, which was formed yesterday. Okay, so we have this significant OB here, and then we also have this one here. So whenever you are putting your line should be like that. Very clean, very easy. Very clean, very easy. And we have said this is the higher time frame. In the higher time frame, like the daily time frame, we are looking at the trend, and then we are looking for either order block or a fair value gap. For example, this is a fair value gap here. So we said a fair value gap is just a, what can I tell you now? Is it a gap, or it's a gap formed by a candle like this one? So from this week to this week, between here we have a something sort of a gap. So price likes these levels, but for our US30, our main purpose is identifying this zone here now. This zone, we shall drop down to the 1 hour time frame. So my screen is not clear. What do I use to make my screen more clear? For those who are saying my screen is not clear, you can go down there where we have quality, and then use select a specific resolution for the video. Good morning, Greatness. Good morning, Bielsa. Good morning, Lewis. Thank you for joining the live. All right. For those who cannot see me clearly, we shall just have to go like that. Then we will identify the problem later. All right. So this line represents where the daily order block ends, and this line represents where the daily order block also ends. So a clean way of getting into the markets is first looking at what was formed. From my observation, we have a very clear low of the week formed for this week. So this week we have our low of the week. Yes, Lewis, I just said US 100 is the same as US Tech or Nasdaq. So this is just the low of the week. Now when we got our low of the week, price began to do what? to buy, but it has been struggling to buy from Wednesday. So on Monday, we first had our first run, and I suspect this run had coincided with the Fibonacci. So you can see the price came and tapped inside the Fibonacci immediately. That was a very clean move. This is a very good move. Only 50 points, and then they gave you around 500 points. So that's a 1 to 10. But this was just the first move here. Later, next day on Monday, on Tuesday, price was unable to sustain that move because it needed to go and collect more liquidity. So what did it do? It came and filled this fair value gap. It filled it 90%. This pair is a very good pair. So with our low of the week, we already have our bias. Our bias is a buy for USD. Now, which is the next best place to get in? Now, the best place to get in, let me show you. I will take my fib very easily and put it there. So here we have best buy area. Best buy area is that level. So the only problem now which you'll have from this point onwards is your mental bandwidth. Are you ready to wait until we get to this level, or will you get in aggressively? Okay, so there are two scenarios here. So either we wait for price to get to this level and then we continue selling, or price closes above this very significant OBs and then we continue buying. But remember, time. I have talked about time. In price action, you might ignore this, but time is of essence. The way order blocks, the way fair value gaps are important, time is much more important. Without those three ingredients, and even if I was to choose in the order of importance, if I was told to choose now in the order of importance, what is my number one thing I'm looking at? Time. Okay? So even if USD breaks this level right now and it comes and retests this level by maybe in the next 2 or 3 hours, still I will not get in, because I know at the New York stock opening time, I will still get another opportunity, maybe even a better opportunity than when I forced it to go to my direction at that time I wanted. So this is the best case scenario for USD. This one here now, the way it looks like this. But this week, if you are trading USD, you must have gotten very good clean moves. What? Some of these moves are orgasmic. I can give you an orgasm. Imagine this. Imagine getting this kind of trade on Monday. Wow. Wow. These are textbook trades if you look at them closely. This one here, so this one here came and filled this fair value gap 90%. Normally, for a fair value gap, we want it to be filled only about 50% of the time. So when price gets to that point, you can get in. But for this trade, it filled this level, and then it came and broke this order blocks here, then it started buying. So for US30, these are the best levels. Someone is asking me, why don't you talk about DXY? Because it correlates with the dollar, even that GBPUSD. That's a good question. Now you have to understand one thing. Not all the times DXY correlates with GBPUSD, EURUSD, or even USD CHF. Sometimes even EURUSD and GBPUSD will not correlate even if they have the same base currencies. So whereas the DXY is important for your analysis, I would encourage you to look at each pair as its own. So what I'm trying to tell you is that I don't use correlations so much in my analysis because correlations have failed me in the past. For example, you might think that US30 and US100 should be moving in the same direction, but when you get into the markets, you'll find that they are not moving in the same direction. But generally, GBPUSD, EURUSD have to correlate. If the two of them are not correlating, for example, if GBPUSD is on a sell right now, and EURUSD, let's say EURUSD is on a buy, that correlation is negative. And when the correlation is negative, you have to lower your risk immediately. That is why I keep telling you, people lose money because they want to lose money. Okay? Even if you don't have that piece of information, if you find that GBPUSD and EURUSD are not going in the same direction, you must ask yourself why. And when you ask yourself why, you must use that information and act on it, not just understanding. Act on it. So when both of those pairs are not correlating, it's usually a sign of a bigger problem. So in the markets, so let us redraw our lines again. Very nice. So it seems that now please help us do analysis on gold. And before I give you any analysis, remember in my live sessions, if you're not trading with me, then you're doing me and yourself a disservice. You're doing me and yourself a disservice. So if you're listening to me you have to understand one thing. In my live trades, we are not gambling. Okay? So when I tell you to load your account, I'm not calling you here so that you can gamble. I'm calling you so that you can trade the markets the right way. So what I want you to do is, if you have not created an account with that link on my bio, you are failing me. So go and create an account. When you feel comfortable or when you get some money, you can join me in my live session and we can continue trading together. Okay? But don't make profits yet I'm not getting some rebates from the broker. Because if someone made 50 pips yesterday, then why would they not want me as trading cyborg to get my rebates? So you have to give Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and Caesar is on my bio. So let's continue. Someone is asking me about gold. Now, first things first, when gold is looking like this, you have to run away. You have to run away. Oh my God. Oh my God. So when gold is looking like this, you have to run away. This is not a very good environment for your money. That is, when gold is consolidating, you don't want to be in that market at all. So Monday it consolidated, Tuesday it was consolidating, and you see when it is consolidating, it has very dangerous wicks. Look at these wicks. Look at these wicks. Look at these wicks. So there is someone right now who is trapped inside these wicks. They don't know how to get in, and they don't know how to get out. And that person might be you. And this information might be for you. Get out. Get out of that trade if you're in that trade. Get out. Cut it out. Cut it off. So, this is my sentiment on gold. So this is my sentiment on gold. Majority of traders expected one thing. Majority of traders expected that when price got here, it would reverse. But what did gold do? Gold came and blew past this level with an energetic candle. Everyone say energetic candle. So gold blew past this level with an energetic candle. And that means gold's momentum changed. And instead of a sell, now we are buying. But we cannot buy in a dead market or in a consolidating market. We have to be trending like this. Okay? So what gold is doing right now is it's drinking some water, or it's taking a break. It's engineering more orders, or what we call engineering liquidity. It's collecting more orders by trapping people who are trying to speculate where gold is going. But gold is already on an upward trajectory. The question we should ask ourselves is, which is the best entry? Alright? So, this is called, once this order block is broken, okay, because we had a very significant order block here. So, I've said this, let me repeat this again. No, that's not correct English. Let me repeat this one more time. Order blocks are like supply and demand zones. Okay, so no one should try to overcomplicate things Yes, they are like supply. They are like resistance and support levels. Okay, it is just some more intricate knowledge which you should know about ICT. But for order blocks, they are basically like resistance and support levels or supply and demand levels. That is the easiest I can explain to you. Now, when this level is broken, when this order block is broken, and is usually broken by one thing, price has to close with an energetic candle. This candle is called Amarubozu. So Amarubozu is usually a very strong candle. It closes above or below a strong order block. So when Amarubozu closes above this order block, then momentum has changed. And when momentum changes, now we are looking for the next best place to get in, which is that is this level. Why? Because this order block now becomes what we call a mitigation block. So price will come and mitigate this level again. Alright? But when gold is, in fact, this week no one should have traded gold. That is, if you loved your money, you should not have been in a gold trade this week. But unfortunately, most of you have a lot of money to lose, so now we have begun playing the cat and mouse games with GBPUSD now. If you're in a GBPUSD trade, I'm very sorry for you. You see what GBPUSD is doing? Now it is buying now. Remember, if I'm not very clear on Facebook, you can still find me on YouTube, live streaming there. The same thing. Technology is a very good thing. Technology is very, very good. So as I said, for me, I don't use correlations in my analysis. Yes, I have used them before, but they have failed me terribly a lot of times. So I don't like. I like dealing with a pair as its own. The only time I use correlations is when I spot that GBPUSD and EURUSD are not moving the same way. But for indices, you should not even try to use those correlations. Most of the time you'll find that US 30 is moving its own way. US 100 is moving its own way. US 500 is moving its own way. So that is not something consistent we can rely on. It's better to use technical analysis when dealing with indices. As you can see, we have not yet taken any trades. Now someone is going to rush and say that now this man does not take trades on live session, yet they were not here yesterday when we were eating 50 pips. So now today, when because it is dry, they are not being patient. You have to be patient. Are you with me or are you with us? If you are listening to me, send likes so that I can see we are still going on well together. All right. Remember, we said this today, as being a Friday, there is a high probability that it is going to be a long range day, or what we call the high resistance liquidity run. A high resistance liquidity run. So I will explain high resistance liquidity run again. So what is this? When we have a very good trending day, like the way we had a good trending day yesterday. Yesterday we went 72 pips from London Open, a clean sell of 72 pips. Okay, $72 pips, as you can see here. So when we have had that clean move, we anticipate that the next day might be the next day there's a high probability that it's going to be a slow day. For example, right now you can see what GBPUSD is doing. Imagine if I had gotten in right now without confirmations. No confirmations, but I want to get in. Why would I do that to myself and to my money? So we are already in the kill zone hours. You're waiting for price to do what price wants to do. It is better to be taken out after you have confirmed the direction of the market, rather than you get in aggressively and then start crying later when you are taken out for nothing. Because people lose money for nothing. Welcome, Lewis. It's someone is saying, I like your tape reading skills. Thank you, sir. It's just experience in the markets. Imagine, look at GBPUSD right now. Let me zoom. Just let me zoom for you. Imagine, look at GBPUSD right now. Yet if you're just humble enough, sometimes trading just requires us to be just humble yourself. Because if I just humble myself for 1 hour, it will save me mental capital, it will save me my money, it will save me a lot of embarrassments. Just waiting. So sometimes waiting is an act of humility, because you accept that you don't know what the market wants to do. You accept that it becomes an identity you have. Because for sure, if I knew what is going to happen next, I would not even be in these live sessions. I'll be waking up, I place a trade. I wake up, I place a trade. But now, because we cannot predict the market, we have to wake up every day and do our analysis, and then we get in, and then we wait for the good trade. That is why these live sessions are not for gamblers. They are for people who want to grow their wealth slowly, by slowly, by slowly, by slowly. From 100 to 1,000 USD. From 1,000 to 10,000. From 10,000 to 100,000. And for each zero, it's 1 year. So from 100 to 1,000, 1 year. From 1,000 to 10,000, 1 year. You can make more if you are serious. If you are reading price action the way it should be read, and you're executing opportunities when they arise. But otherwise, you lose everything because you want to rush and you are desperate for that money. That is the problem. So let us check gold. So those who are trading gold, I don't encourage you to get in this type of market. These are dead market, or what we call a consolidating market. When we are consolidating on gold, be sure that you lose when you get in. This game is very dangerous. You see this game? Let me show you that game. A very dangerous game. I don't like playing it with gold. So this is a game I'm talking about. So price goes in a zigzag manner. This is not a very good market. Okay? And the mental capital you expand to get these profits is too much. So today we might end the session without taking any trades, but do we have regrets? No, we don't have regrets. This is US30. If you are trading US30, even if price breaks this level, 49,541, even if price breaks this level, you have to be patient. So you can get in with a small lot size, or you can just wait for 4:30 or 9:30 New York Stock Open. Do you have any question? So I'm thinking maybe price wants to come and break this level at on GBPUSD. It breaks this level, then it comes to this level, or even to this fair value gap here. Don't forget, high resistance liquidity run. So today price might play psychological games on us, but it is upon us not to get carried away. This market requires a lot of self-restraint, and this self-restraint is something most of us don't have. So you develop that skill over time. It's called a self-restraint skill. It's a muscle. You develop it over time, 3, 4, 5 years. Patience is a muscle. You develop it over time. Discipline is also a muscle. You develop it over time. Understanding technical analysis is also a skill. You develop it over time by constant exposure to the forex markets on a daily basis. But I will tell you at least 5 years. 5 years. 5 good years. Even 6 or 7 years. You will take even 7 years to understand yourself, and then you understand the markets. And there's nothing wrong with that, because even if you take 10 years, this is a skill which is going to serve you for the next 70 years. But at least 5 years. Five years. So if you have a question, you can ask, because the only thing we are doing right now is waiting for GBPUSD to show us its hand. We want to know what GBPUSD wants to do. Then we can get in. If you have joined us for the first time, you should know I am not yet in any trade. I'm not in a rush. Today is Friday. Yesterday we had a very good long move. A lot of things happened yesterday. So today might not be as good as yesterday. But still, we have to show up. Oh my God, we have to show up. A good opportunity will never waste your time. A good trade cannot waste your time for nothing. It will never waste your time. A good trade is a good trade. You get in, 5 minutes later, profits, you take your profits. But a bad trade, a bad trade will even tell you to call your own grandmother so that it can give you profits. So if you're not ruthless enough to cut out bad trades, this is an example I always give. If a woman truly wants you, she will not waste your time. That you have to take her somewhere, you have to buy her a Range Rover, you have to buy her an aeroplane. No. When you meet with a good woman, you start vibing from the first day. But a bad one will make sure you go through hell. Now that is a bad trade now. And if you keep investing on a bad trade every time, on bad trades, you cannot blame the market. Just as you cannot blame the woman for treating you badly. You have to find a value in yourself and walk away. Or cut out the bad trades immediately, ruthlessly. So I don't see any need for us to get in any trade right now without those confirmations. So either price to come and break this order block here or break this other order block here. All those are valid solutions. For US30, those who want to be trading US30 is a very good pair, by the way. US30 or the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones. But we have said the Dow Jones, you must trade the Dow Jones 1.5 hours later after the New York market opens. When does the New York market opens? So the US stock market, read with me please, so that you cannot say, oh, Trading Cyborg does not know what he's saying. The US stock market operates from 9:30 a.m. But remember, the US Forex market opens at 8 a.m. Am I audible? Let me repeat that. So the US the US Forex markets open at 8 a.m. New York time. But the US stock market opens at 9:30, so 1.5 hours later. So you cannot trade US30 during the London session. You cannot trade US30 immediately the Forex market opens. But when we get to 9:30 a.m., that is the only time you should get into US30. And the good thing about US30, especially if you understand it intricately, or if you understand US30 well, is that US30 follows price action very well. And if you respect US30 will respect you back. But to trade US30, you need significant capital. Significant. I know it is sad, but you need you need significant capital to trade that market. You can see it has not yet broken this level because it is not yet time. It is not yet time. So we are still on this. So today we might end the live stream without taking any trades. Why? It is not our wish not to take any trades. We just wish we could take trades which are aligned with proper confirmation and proper entries. So if you have a question, ask the question down there. So just 1 minute. Give me that seconds only. All right. So we shall be here every day for 2 hours trading GBPUSD and then analyzing the pairs you guys want me to analyze. I can analyze other pairs, but I only trade GBPUSD. So not every day is going to be as good as Thursday. Thursday is when we had a very good trade, a very good setup yesterday. So today we are expecting this high resistance liquidity run. So if price will get to this level, I'm going to buy it to my best area for a sell. If price does not want to do that, we are going to wait for it here down to sell now. Any questions? So someone is asking me, I hope you find this okay. Do you have maybe resources or recommendations we can use to study during our time and understand the concepts even better, so that these live streams can be more interactive in terms of us also giving our own analysis, views, and feedback for you to critique. So what we can do is that Over time, I'll start preparing these lessons on my YouTube channel slowly by slowly for everyone. So that is a very good question by Donald. So Donald has said that he would like us to, he would also like to understand these concepts a bit well. So what I will do, I'll prepare YouTube lessons for you guys so that you can be able to follow me and understand my thought process. So don't worry, Donald, everything is set in place. And after all, we are still in the second week of January. By December, you'll be a different animal from the one you are right now. Okay? You'll be better and you'll be more confident when taking trades. So, yes, that's a very good question, but please be patient. We are just starting. Chris is asking me, why are spreads tight sometimes and wide other times? Very nice. That's a very good question. A very good question. Chris is asking me, why are spreads tight sometimes and wide other times? Now, first of all, you have to understand the concept of time. The concept of time. That is the first reason. So when you are getting in during the wrong hours, especially for the indices, sometimes you are going to get burned by the very huge spreads, because the anticipation is that everyone is asleep at 2 a.m. New York time. Okay? So if you happen to open GBPUSD at 12 midnight, the spreads are going to be very tight. So it's the same case for USD, because the time you are accessing USD, you are awake. But the US stock market, remember, it opens at 9:30 New York time. That is around 4:30 p.m. Kenyan time. South African time, it's around 3:30 p.m. Even the Nigerian time, it's around that time. So here in Africa, we can afford to trade both sessions. London, New York, stock open very well, very comfortably. But remember, during London and during the New York open, the market the spreads might be very, very tight. So the best is always to wait for the right time. Number two, your broker might be discouraging you from trading very tight spreads. very thin spreads, like a very tight spread, he might be discouraging you from trading USD. So what do? They add spreads on those pairs purposely. Number three, there might be news. But if you are careful, if you get in at exactly that time, from 9:30 a.m. New York time, or 4:30 p.m. Kenyan time, the spreads might be normal during that time. So I'm also learning how now I'm also training myself to hold the live stream for at least 2 hours. So we have another 24 minutes, and you can see the market is still very slow. So if you had deposited your money in a broker, today we would have not taken any trade. I'm also worried on my end that if you guys start making a lot of money, the broker might also deny me my rebates. So it's also a risk I'm taking on my end. So I hope when you start making some good money from the broker will not chase me away. I'm not sure that they will chase me away because just wait, you guys wait. The amount of money you'll make this year, you'll not even know whether it is you. So I'm worried that if you guys start making if you guys start moving liquidity, if you start taking profits from the broker's pocket, and then they see that this guy who is an affiliate is always making us lose money on our end, I don't know what we shall do, but it is better to have that problem than to have the problem of being a consistent loser. We can negotiate about our profits, but we cannot negotiate about our losses. So it's always better to be on the winning side first. Then we can deal with the problems of winning when they arise. I told you. Imagine, I told you. GBPUSD is playing these psychological games today. Why? Because of yesterday. I know. I knew. Imagine 1.5 hours. This pair has not yet moved. Even a bit. Imagine. Just imagine. So this is what I'm anticipating. Okay, so if it does that, there are two things we can do. There are two moves we shall take. The first move is when it closes above, and then it retraces, then it takes us here. This is the first move you can take. That's around 25 pips. What? Number two, from this point to this level, around 50 pips. If not that, close below this level, retest just a bit, then sell. And where are we going? To this level here. This is it's called our liquidity level here now. This is the liquidity level. And remember, these live sessions also help me to remain disciplined. So by December, everyone listening here should have made a withdrawal of at least $1,000 because you're going to fund your account with 100 USD. Now, I will start, Donald. So I will start preparing those lessons as soon as today. Okay? So be patient, please. Good things are coming. So I'll have to post this one on my chart. Okay. This is the process of trading now. A very boring process, a very sad process. You just sit down there looking at the charts, waiting, scanning, 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 waiting, scanning. There's nothing glamorous about there's nothing glamorous about trading. There's nothing exciting about trading. Nothing at all. For example, you have been here for 1.5 hours. Have you seen anything exciting here? Are you excited? Because I am not. Okay. So the process of trading itself is quite boring. You spend long hours waiting. But that is the nature of the business. And that is why we love it. 2 hours is more than enough to make you a monthly salary. Or even an yearly. Imagine if you had put 20 lots on this pair. 20 lots. Imagine if you had put 20 lots. 20 good lots. That's $10,000. So for the next 2 weeks, you will be out of the market. I knew GBPUSD was going to play these games. I knew. And remember, each trading day is a day on its own. It does not mean because yesterday we won, that today we are going to win also. No. For example, today we are going to get out nil, zero shillings. But overall for the week has been a very good week, a very profitable week, which is very surprising for me because sometimes January is very dry. So we don't have to share good times always. We can share boring times the way we are sharing boring times like this, because if there are no opportunities, you have to keep your gunpowder in store for the best opportunities. So GBPUSD is about to break this level. So once it breaks this level, I'll just wait for a simple retest, get to this level, and then we sell. And this is probably going to happen in the New York session. So you have to be patient, boys. You have to be patient. Today you have made me very happy, guys. You're asking very good questions, and at least that makes me know that I'm not talking to myself. So price is about to break this level, this GBPUSD level. There's a potential trade being formed. Is it possible for you to make profits every day? No. But it is possible for you to never lose more than you win. It's very possible. And that is the only thing you should care about. So for those who have joined me both on YouTube and Facebook, thank you for your time. It's not easy dedicating 2 hours of your time to doing something like this. So GBPUSD is struggling to close above this order block. So it is not fair that you lose money for nothing. So because of how slow this pair is moving today because of the high resistance liquidity run, I would wish to end the live session there, but please note these areas. These are areas of interest, and we have to follow them up even in the New York session. For example, if price breaks this level, you have to get in. Imagine someone is making a very good point here. It's almost 2 hours now, and only 7 of us are. This is Crispin Daskin. It's almost. Let me screenshot this. Because this is a very important message from Chris. So Chris says it's almost 2 hours now. Actually 10 minutes from now it will be 2 hours. It's almost 2 hours now, and only 7 of us are still here from start. It says a lot about dedication. The journey doesn't make noise. Imagine only 7 people. 7 people who want to make money out of 18,000. Oh my God. And then someone is going to come and ask me, when is the live session? When do you start? So keep up for those of you who have been with me for those 2 hours. It is not easy keeping that focus. I would have wished we take a trade so that we get some money for the weekend, but now the market is not cooperating. And when the market is not cooperating, you don't force it. Remember this simple word I told you here: high resistance liquidity run. When you have a very good move the previous day, the next day you must anticipate that the market, in fact, it's a very good thing I'm telling you this when you are witnessing the live market, because sometimes when I teach someone, it's not the same as being in the live session. I don't know whether you guys understand me. Right now, you understand high resistance liquidity run much easier than if I have taught you as a theoretical framework of the topic. So now you can see 2 hours are gone. We have not made any money, but it's not because we don't want. It is because the market is telling us to be patient. But the good thing about the market, it tells us if you don't want to be patient, you can still get in. You can still get in if you want. So it seems as if price is breaking that level. So this is very slow. Maybe during the New York session we are going to have a better move. So I would wish very much to stop here. We can meet tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to meet again to discuss this week's market, and then maybe plan. Then I'll show you how also to journal. So We are going to meet here again. Even on Sunday, we are going to be still here, preparing for the next week now. So come one, come all. Share this to people who are serious and who want to grow their trading accounts. Also, don't forget what I've told you. Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Go there to the link on the bio, do the necessary. Then do the necessary. Remember, the trading cyborg will never make you gamble on purpose. I cannot do that to you. I will never allow that. I just want that when you win, I also win. Not the broker to win alone. I win, you win, then the broker suffers. So thank you for your time. Let us meet tomorrow again.